Hey everybody, I'm Nick from here, and welcome back to Dicey Dungeons! It's time for the Inventor episode 3. Which I know, this is the robot. What am I talking about? Alright, well, you can now magic up dice with any value you want. Be sure there's a chance things will go horribly wrong when you do. No CPU counter, create any dice you want. 50% chance that equipment will randomly disappear each time. Alright, so, I'm curious what is going to disappear, I guess, is the real question. Let's see how this works. Alright. Ouch. Mulligan is undo this turn and take it again. Alright, so... we got a track of what happens. That was 50% not in our favor, by the way. We were getting absolutely destroyed, I should point out. We won, but good lord did we get wrecked. The 50% chance that equipment... oh my god, I didn't pick up the equipment. We might die, we'll see. It's probably not something useful. It is buffer. I didn't want to attack unless we got lethal, simply because the thorns would have been a problem. Okay, healing crystal's good. It gives us something to do with other numbers. We've already got some healing open, so I'm gonna go for the chest. Okay, so we can't go after the same dice number again. That's fine. That actually went okay. I'm not terribly fond of this, but it'd be nice if we had some immune to errors stuff. Oh, right, because shit's frozen. How much were we frozen? Two dice. Oh, okay, so when it fails, it doesn't count either. It's really unfortunate. One off. Two equipment being shocked is kind of bad. No, okay, we're mulliganing this. Oh, wow. We got the heal in. That's kind of the important part. I don't quite trust our ability to kill this guy before we take damage. We don't have a good way to deal damage. I should be using 4s as well. Fuck. That could have been really strong. But he rolled nothing that can actually hurt us. Well, it's good to know that that's not happening. Fuck you, game. Guess he got a bad roll, we got a bad roll. What gets weakened? Okay, that's fine. Game! F off. So, this is worse. This is worse than normal robot. 100%. A 50% chance to get screwed is not fun! A 50% chance is not fun at all. They made it worse. Like, this is just a worse... This is just a worse... Like, normal robot's okay. Like, you can do this thing where you guess, and you go like, okay. We actually don't need the healing. You can guess. Like, I'm at 5 of 11. I can safely roll. Now it's just... Whatever. We're taking Buster Sword. There's no way in hell I'm not taking Buster Sword. If I can roll a 6, I can do damage with it. That's where we're at. It's just so bad. The positive side is, even with the burn, we're okay. We net gain 1. We're gonna be fine, I think. He lied. Whatever, I'm just gonna try and roll a 5 or end a 6 next turn. And if those all miss, then whatever. Actually, I guess I'm gonna try and roll 1, 1. This is so bad. I just want stuff immune to errors. There's only the Buster Sword, I think, so, you know, there's that. Wow, we can just buy a 4. Call me crazy. I just want it, dude. That 4 can be mechanical arm. It can be something. Oh, cool. It actually hits something. Well, here's where the fun part comes in. That spare 4 actually gets used. Okay. So part of this comes from people, from humans, and the way we feel about things, especially statistics. Like, I just hit 3 rolls in a row where it doesn't matter. I only did this because I can do this, but we don't perceive 50-50 chances as 50-50. We don't perceive... That could be useful, maybe. We also don't perceive things like 30-70 as 30-70. If something has a 30% chance of happening, it feels like it should never happen, because 70% is more than twice as likely as 30%. And it just kind of gets crappy from there, because it feels bad. I mean, what else is there to say about it? It feels bad. Okay, that can be aired out. That's good to know. It's not a great turn, unfortunately. It's good to know the spare 4 can be aired out. It means that I do need to pull it out. I kind of thought it might. Do I have to... If the spare 4 gets shocked... Okay, well, that's a thing that's happening. We don't quite have lethal. Okay, now we have lethal. Oh shit, no we don't. Fuck. We're so close. It's okay, we're gonna take 8 damage. We should be okay. Oh, never mind. We're taking more than that. That's it. I could have just taken the spare 4 and done it, but I just kind of wanted to see. I guess we didn't need the heal. Bump blade. This feels really good. I don't know if it is. Free 2 damage every round when we take that. No limitation. Can use 6s. I guess I don't understand how this works. I want to see. That actually doesn't seem that good to me. I think Buster Sword's where we're going here. I do want to try out this backstab though. Instead of ray gun? I want to know if it keeps that damage. It says on item use. I don't know if that's all of these. It does. Okay. Maybe I don't like it then. The sad part is I actually think I wasted my money buying that now. Because we're probably never going to be able to pull that off. Yeah, see, and then it's gone. Fuck off, game. Fuck it, I'm taking the mulligan on this turn. Okay, it doesn't do the exact same thing. We took like 6 damage to do that, but we're okay. Yeah, I wasted my money, I think. This would have been the correct answer, I think. Pump blade could have been good too, honestly. Backstab's interesting, but it's only ever going to do 4 damage. I thought it was a ramp. Every fight it would ramp higher. We have to fight everything here, so let's open up the new equipment and the healing first. I think that's always the correct option. Every fucking time. I lost 3 damage. Arguably more, really. Freezing a dice doesn't really matter to me. I wonder if it would freeze this. I didn't even think about that. I hate this so much. The ray gun is just a push your luck mechanic here, so. Okay, that's a freeze, but that's okay. We've got our mulligan. Okay, 4 shields annoying. Right, I forgot that I just risked that number being unavailable to us for no reason. It's good when it hits this, like really good. If I can manage one more roll. Fuck. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, no. If I can successfully roll, we kill him. If not, we'll just kill him next turn. So, cool. Topaz, Jasper, Bloodstone, Amethyst. So much Amethyst. Oh, so frustrating. Honestly, that's... I shouldn't have taken that, should I have? I think the Spare 4 is more useful right now. The Alchemist is pretty dangerous. I'm looking for a really strong first turn. I want to leave the Buster Sword in for as long as possible, even though this is presumably the allotment, which means I should just use that. Damn it. That's a good turn. Half of her HP. That is not what I wanted to see. So that's 8, 12 damage. We're now up to 13 damage. So if I roll another... See, the thing is, I've gotten 4 in a row. It seems like I should probably miss this time, but it's still a 50% chance. Oh, that was a mistake. Should have just used it. It's not worth mulliganing. I don't think we'll actually get the roll. That is pretty brutal, actually. So I want to roll a 3. Cool. I literally have the 4 that's lethal, so we'll just do it. We full healed. Well, we didn't full heal. We healed 3, which was the most that we could heal at that moment. You know, fuck this turn. I'm mulliganing that shit. Doesn't count as a roll, oddly enough. Not quite half his health, but it's pretty good. The locking of dice is going to be kind of annoying. Hypothetically, lethal is possible here. It's just unlikely. Okay, we got an even. We aren't going to lethal him here. Is it worth taking the 3 damage or risking for the 4? Yeah, okay. I don't think the 10 damage is going to matter. We are going to take a bunch here, but we are full healing after this. I imagine that our locked die is just locked. I think that's the lock. No, that's not the locked die. Do we have a locked die? Oh my god. Well, if we don't kill him, the mulligan is happening. We've got him. Jeez, that's bad. The problem is you can mulligan and end up in a worse situation. That's the danger. To be fair, this is... You know what? Screw it. I'm in. I still want that, I think. I think we're dropping out the Spare 4, though, now. I like the idea of a Spare 4, and I might consider it upon the upgrade, because it's 2 free damage. Oh wow, we have to fight a rotten apple. This gets dicey. God damn it. I promise I'm not actually trying to make that pun. That's such a bad roll. Dang. I could have put the 6 in there and then tried for a 6. It probably would have been worth it. If this happens, we probably lose. Yep. We are probably getting our HP cut in half. Whoa, damn it. Well, I did bad math. So yeah, we get absolutely destroyed now. Honestly, I think we put it at the brink of death. We're going to take 1 damage and maybe heal more. We need to heal. We are in a really bad spot right now. That's the best we're going to do for healing. Him rolling an 8 on 3 dice is not something I'm willing to risk not happening. This is also good, but the problem is everything needs 6s, and we don't want that. I'm buying that apple, though. I think then we fight... I don't have any burn, do I? No. Fuck you, game. See, the game doesn't have any sense of what it should and shouldn't roll. Yeah. Oh, wow, 9 damage? And that's how the game works, man. Welcome to my hell. Jesus, fuck. Positive side, we have our mulligan. This is what I'm talking about. Now, luckily, he could do this, but he's not. He's going to heal and deal 6 damage to us. So if I roll anything, I kill him, so I've got 6 chances. We did get some heal out of it, but... like, we have some heal, but we do not have enough heal to actually sustain this bullshit. The game has no respect for me. I mean, see, the thing is, like, we got it. We got more than 50%, but it's the dice that we really needed. Which is why having things that require multiple dice, or can take multiple things and still get full advantage, is why I didn't want to pick up another thing that requires a 6. Because if the 6 fails early, the 6 fails early, and it sucks. As you are watching happen right now in front of your eyes. We did get the heal, though, which is nice. We are going to get double weakened, and he is going to be ready to... she is going to be ready to hit the high note next turn. We're not going to deal 27 damage. There's one way we deal 27 damage. Fuck. Still immune to errors, at least. Yep. You know, this is worth the mulligan, because I don't think we get the weakness when we mulligan. Why? I don't know. I think the answer is because fuck you, that's why. Well, there you go, guys. That is why this sucks. Because getting this result is horrible, but equally as likely as any other result. we're going to die. We're mulliganing this. Fuck off, game! Not even gonna die this turn. Jesus Christ. Sometimes this is chance. I mean, there's definitely like this pointing out of luck and how it functions. Okay. We got the kill. We're going to die to the skeleton on the first round. Like, we're dying first round. He's got 2 dice and a sword. Actually, no, that's not true. We can't be killed first round. But he's going to wreck our shit. So healing is our... Of course it takes the healing from us, though. We're so screwed. It's 8 damage. Sorry, 9 damage. I missed the 4. So I'm pretty sure on average we're dead if this goes horribly wrong. Sadly, we have to prioritize healing. We've survived this far, but we've... Okay. We're cursed, though. So now we have to deal with all the bullshit. I think I have to mulligan. It is bugged. We should have the curse. Okay, our chances of surviving are now much higher. I think we still net gained 1 damage there. We are alive. We would have died. But now... Okay, we win. And we become full health, so it doesn't matter. I'm amazed. Truly, I am amazed. That actually would be really good. Actually, Spatula and Backstab have a very interesting synergy together. I think I'm doing this. Or is rushing... I think rushing down is better. I don't know. We'll find out. Audrey does a lot of weaken. Makes me wish I had the freeze, but the shock will help. She gets like 4 dice. Or is it 6 dice? It's something stupid. 4 dice. It's still stupid. That is a lot of damage, and we got 1 shock, which costs her. Luckily, we can use the mulligan to clear the weaken, which I'm doing. That is unfortunate. We're doing okay. Okay, she's gonna do the weaken and not hit us with the headbutt. It sucks. Because weaken sucks. But we get the shock in. I'm taking that. It's immune to errors, alright! Okay, we're getting weakened again. Honestly, that's pretty much a better result. It is annoying. God damn it. It is annoying. Due to the shenanigans. But she basically can't kill us right now. We get the mulligan to get rid of the weakness if we can't kill her from here. Okay. This was bad. I did not like the... How do I phrase this? I like that they tried something new. I don't think it worked. I mean, I won, but I hated, like, every round of it. Every round, I did not want to have to deal with it. And I think therein lies the fundamental flaw that I think lies with that design. It's interesting. It's a good experiment. It's a good experiment. But I think it doesn't work. Like, if that was how the robot worked as a whole, no. Would be my least favorite character. Just straight up would be my least favorite character. Inventor I don't like for a different reason, but Inventor basically has the same problem that Robot would have at that point. It's an interesting design, like the idea that your equipment becomes something you can use permanent, or that you can use every turn in the next combat, and you can pick your equipment and you can do stuff with it. That entire scheme is blown apart by the fact that you only have a choice between 3 equipment. That is the design flaw of the Inventor. The design flaw of the Robot, specifically this chapter, is that when you're picking your dice, the 50-50 chance, that is, weirdly enough, too much variance. It's too much variance. It falls too far from the curve. I should really put out a video on variance. I'm sure it exists already somewhere on the internet. But long story short being, when there's an expectation of something, the further variance you have, the larger emotional spike the reaction is. And in a PvE game, it's a little bit different than a PvP game, because a lot of times you hear variance in like Hearthstone or Magic, things like that, because there's an accepted mana curve. So let me get away from this sound, because I feel like this is loud. This is much quieter. Because in those games, there's an accepted cost, right? Hearthstone I'm more familiar with, like a 2-mana 2/2. Something with 2 attack, 2 health for 2 mana. That's relatively accepted. Or a better example, Slay the Spire. You've got... Oh god, I'm trying to remember a specific damage example. Your strikes are generally 6 damage for 1 energy. And like that is a base value that you can base your other judgments on. Like you can say, oh hey, here's this card, it deals 12 damage for 1 energy. That's really good. That's so much better than the base card that I start with. You can automatically judge those. Now, granted, Slay the Spire is different because it's a PvE game, player versus environment, and something like Hearthstone and Magic is different because it's PvP. And PvP is where you hear more about the variance, because that accepted value is something that each player can get. So if you offer a card that deals 12 damage for one energy and you're fighting somebody else in Slay the Spire, they're going to hate it when you are offered that card and they're not, or something like that. Obviously, Slay the Spires are not PvP for many reasons, but mostly because it wasn't designed to be that way. But if you have a card in Hearthstone that says, hey, here's a 2-mana 2/2 that has a 50% chance to have -1/-1, or a 50% chance to have +1/+1. So you could get a 2-mana 3/3. You could also get a 2-mana 1/1. the 2-mana 1/1 feels bad, and the 2-mana 3/3 feels good because you're getting more value or less value depending on which one you get. You're getting more or less value, and so one feels better and one feels worse normally. But there's acceptable ranges for that. So that I can actually stat out my range a little bit better. If it's a 5-mana 5/5, obviously in actual Hearthstone that's a little bit understated nowadays. Call it power creep, call it whatever. I don't remember the state of the game early enough to know whether or not that was a thing. But 5-mana 5/5 has a 50% chance to get +1/+1, 50% chance to get -1/-1. Okay, you could have a 5-mana 6/6 or a 5-mana 4/4. Is it going to make the difference in the game? Maybe not. Maybe it does. Maybe it's really important that one time. Maybe you have a 5-mana 5/5 that has a 50% chance to get +5/+5, or a 50% chance to die when summoned. You've now reached the point where the variance is too high. It is too high for what you're trying to do, because you either have somebody who wasted their entire turn 5 for nothing, or who put out a significant threat on the board that has a very high chance of winning them the game. So your emotional response to the different sides of the variance have grown beyond what is probably reasonable, because those games where maybe you're behind, or maybe you're just barely behind, or maybe just even a little bit ahead, it's closer to a tie, what have you. If you suddenly drop a 10-10 on the board when they, only have 5/5s, you are now winning, almost assuredly. And if you're really far behind, maybe you've caught back up. But if you play that and it dies, you were tied and now you're behind, or you were losing and now you've definitely lost. Like, those levels of variance become very high. And while I've rambled on for a very long time, with this challenge having a 50% chance of every die you pick going down the drain, is about at that 5-mana 5/5, you get what you want or you lose, especially because we have limited equipment. We are playing a battle of attrition where every dice matters. If you roll poorly, you might only be able to use 2 pieces of equipment on the turn, like in a normal run, the way the robot normally works. If you roll poorly, there might be a turn where you only get to use 2 pieces of equipment. But they're going to be 2 pieces of equipment you get to choose. Here, the equipment disappears. It disappears, gone, poof. And you don't get to pick which one disappears, and then you also can't roll that dice again. So the variance seems a little bit too high for me. And that 50-50 chance, I understand why it's 50-50. Do not get me wrong. It is to limit your ability to play the turn. I feel like they should have tried 40-60. I think 50-50 was that nice in the middle number. But I don't know for sure. I feel like it being 30-70 might be too powerful. Like, you really could just hit roll a whole bunch and then pop, use it too. Like, if there aren't limits on the system, it becomes broken very quickly, especially because the robot has things that scale off of the number of rolls you have. So if you had a 50-50 chance and the equipment didn't disappear, you take robotic arm, you roll all the odds, and then you start rolling the evens, and you just take the best dice that you've got and put it in equipment. I would almost go so far as to say that you could make the equipment not disappear and make it 40-60 the other way, where it's 40% chance to succeed. That would be interesting. And in fact, I would almost say that's better, because maybe as you level up, that's what changes. That would be interesting. I actually would like that, I think. As you level up, your dice are more likely to succeed. I feel like that would be the better way to go, because that's basically what the robot is otherwise. The robot is basically a chance to succeed, right? You've got 11 CPU. So if you roll a 5 and then roll a 4, you can use those dice, but if you bust, everything's gone. So, but because of the way the robot works, you don't have to roll all your dice and then choose. You can use your dice as you go. So, as I said, I personally did not like the way that was designed, but I do appreciate that they tried something different. I think that's good. Just as I was saying with the Inventor, I like that they tried something with the Inventor. I think there was one major failing, and that ruined the character for me personally. But that will be talked about next time, because next time we're playing the Inventor. So I will stop rambling and say thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm surprised we managed to win in our first try. It felt like it was really close there. We definitely got a teensy bit lucky. Excuse me. If the skeleton had rolled more 6s, we'd be dead. The turn where he rolled 2, 3, 4 is the reason why we won. We did get cursed, but also I guess the bug that if you do a mulligan, you're not cursed. Is a problem. I wonder if they're actually going to fix that or if that's intended. But yeah, either way, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time, and until then, keep your gears turning.